Have you ever studied French, like really studied it, watched videos, read articles, memorized vocabulary, but when it's time to actually speak, your mind just goes blank? You know the words, you've seen the grammar, but in the moment, your brain just refuses to cooperate. You freeze. I have been there, done that, and I can tell you it's crazy. You're like, what's going on with my brain? But here's the truth, okay? You're not broken. And you're definitely not bad at languages. You just haven't trained your brain to think in French yet. So in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to train your brain to think and speak in French naturally and confidently, even if you're still a beginner. These are the exact steps I teach my students who go from struggling to recall words to speaking French in full sentences with ease. And stay till the end because I'll give you a bonus daily training routine that only takes 5 minutes a day and it actually works. C'est parti! Bonjour tout le monde, je suis Sumulwa, votre professeur de français. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in to today's fantastic lesson. And if you're absolutely new here, thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy to welcome you to FrenchArena. Let's dive into today's video. This is why you might be struggling to think in French. Let's start with the root cause. Most of us learn French the way we learn school subjects. Memorize vocabulary lists, translate English sentences, then cram grammar rules. Am I correct? But here's the thing. When you learn French by translating from English first, your brain becomes dependent on that middle step. Do you get? Probably you think, I want to say, I am tired. Then you translate it in your head first by saying, je suis fatigué. Because you're saying, I am, je suis, tired, fatigué. So you're thinking, je suis fatigué. Then you say it. Do you see? It's slow, it's clunky, and under pressure, like in a real conversation, your brain just panics and you blank out. To speak fluidly, you need to train your brain to skip the English step. You need to build direct connections between thoughts and French words. This takes practice, trust me, but it's 100% possible. Let me show you how. I'm going to tell you all about my 4-step method to thinking in French. This is the method I use with my students that will retrain your brain to skip the English step. Step 1, use visual anchors. Start small. The goal here isn't to memorize 1,000 words in a week, no. It is to create real-life mental associations with everyday objects and actions. Every time you touch, use, or think about something, name it in French. When you learn a new word, connect it directly with an image or an action. So for example, let's say this, it's a chair. Don't just learn la chaise, okay? Imagine yourself actually sitting in the chair and saying la chaise, la chaise. Do you get? When you pick up your keys, I don't have keys here, so when you pick up your keys, you can say les clés, the keys, okay? When you're drinking your water, if you have a bottle of water here, what do you say? La bouteille. La bouteille, because it's the bottle, okay? If there's a book you want to read, what do you call it? You make it, le livre. Je suis en train de lire un livre. Le livre. Do you see? You're associating it with an image, a book. Even if you say it silently, your brain is forming a French pathway. Do you get? This helps your brain skip the English layer and link French directly to the meaning, okay? The goal is to train your brain to associate French words with real-life experiences, okay? Over time, your brain would need to go English, then French. It will just go to French. Step 2 is label your world, okay? Label your world. Put sticky notes on items around your home. Don't be shy, it's your house. Put a sticky note saying le mur, the wall. Put a sticky note on the chair saying la chaise. Put a sticky note on the table, la table. Put a sticky note once again on the book, le livre. These are everyday things and it's your space. If your fridge downstairs, le frigo. Your mirror, when you have your bath and you want to look at yourself, le miroir. You want to open your door as you're going to walk, la porte. All right? This simple action, very simple, forces your brain to start thinking in French. Over time, these words will pop up into your head without translation. It might feel silly, but I promise you it actually works. And if you want, you can even decide to take it further. Record short voice memos describing objects you interact with daily. So for example, I just spoke about the door. J'ouvre la porte. That's what I open the door. Je regarde dans le miroir. I'm looking in the mirror. This repetition just helps to reinforce quick recall and helps French become your default response. And now, step 3. Narrate your day in French. I love this step. Start small. Talk to yourself. I know people are like, are you crazy? But talk to yourself. You don't care. You're practicing your French. When maybe you're cooking, right? You can say, je coupe les tomates. Maybe you're about to boil water. You can just say, je fais bouillir l'eau. Do you see? You're actually saying it, just talking to yourself. If maybe you decide to take a walk to the supermarket, you can say, je vais au supermarché. Or maybe the weather is beautiful, you can also say, il fait beau aujourd'hui. You see, you're talking to yourself, simple, small sentences. Even if you make mistakes, just keep going. So maybe if instead of saying, je vais au supermarché, you mistakenly say, je vais, it's okay, correct yourself and just keep going. This habit helps to build internal fluency. You're practicing thinking and speaking at the same time. There's no audience needed. You're not on a stage. Nobody's watching. Just you and your thoughts. Mais en français. And now, step 4. Please use sentence starters instead of just vocabulary lists. So let me explain. Instead of just memorizing random words, learn real usable phrases and some sentence stems. So for example, you can learn a phrase like je suis en train de, which just means I'm in the middle of. So for example, you could say, je suis en train de regarder une vidéo, which is what I'm watching a video. You're literally watching this video. Okay. So you can use that. Or another example, you can say, ce que j'aime, c'est parler avec mes amis. So what I like is talking with my friends. Do you see? You're just learning random words like my friends or talking. You're actually making a sentence. Or lastly, you can say, j'ai l'habitude de lire avant de dormir, which is what? I usually read before. I keep bringing up this book, guys. Sorry. I usually read before sleeping. Do you get what I mean? These chunks let you express more and faster without needing to pause for grammar rules. Because if you're just learning speak, parler, and you learn my friends, and then you learn read, how do you want to form a sentence? But if you're learning like sentence structure, like, oh, okay, this is what I can say. So you're actually using sentence starters. Okay. The next is, how do you stay consistent with this practice? Because I've told you so many things you can do, but how do you really stay consistent? Here's how to stick with it. Pick a specific time of day where you'll do your French thinking habits. Is it whilst you're making your morning coffee or whilst you're drinking it? Is it when you're going for an evening walk or when you're walking your dog first thing in the morning? You decide, okay? Next is you can also use tech. So for example, voice memos, we all have that on our phone. WhatsApp voice messages to yourself, or even journaling apps, right? The key to staying consistent is keep it low pressure. Even if you decide just 15 to 20 minutes, doing this a day makes a ton of difference. Instead of you rushing and just doing once a week, let me just do 1 hour this whole week. It's a language you're learning. You need to practice daily. And now I promised you the bonus tip. Because you've stayed till the end, I promised you the bonus tip. This is called the language switch trick. Now, you might be scared at first, but don't worry. I know you've got this. Choose one small block of time in your day to go full French. No English allowed. No English. Start with something simple. So perhaps you can start with getting dressed or preparing lunch or even commuting to work. So let me help you further. Let's say you choose to practice in French your daily morning routine, okay? Specifically when you're getting dressed. So here's how it might look like. When you get up from the bed in the morning, get out of bed, what can you say? Je me lève. Remember, we're focused on just getting dressed. You get out of bed, you say, je me lève. Maybe you go to your closet, what do I wear? You look at your closet, you look through, you take out a shirt, you say, je prends ma chemise. Je prends ma chemise. Maybe you had even labeled some things around you. So you say, je prends ma chemise et mon pantalon. Okay? That's trousers, mon pantalon. And then you put on that shirt and you say, je m'habille. Je m'habille. So you've taken the shirt and you wear it, je m'habille. And then you look in the mirror, is this a nice shirt? The shirt looks nice. What do you say? Je me regarde dans le miroir. Je me regarde dans le miroir. Of course, you say more things, but I'm just trying to give you an example. By doing this for just 10 minutes a day, you're forcing your brain to stay in French mode. At first, it might feel silly or it might feel odd, like, what am I doing? But gradually, your brain will start linking these actions to French automatically. This mental switch builds the habit of defaulting to French. And that is how fluency starts. Remember, fluency doesn't happen from memorizing vocabulary in isolation. It happens when you use the language in your life consistently, naturally, and without fear. You can train your brain to think in French. And when you do, speaking will not feel like performing. It will just feel like thinking. Like I'm here, I'm talking to you. I'm not thinking of what to say in English. I'm not saying how do I say it. No, I'm speaking. It's natural. It's confident. It's clear. C'est la même chose en français. Tu vois? I didn't have to think of what to say. If you would love a PDF with all the steps and examples from today's fantastic video, you can grab it for free at the link below. All you need to do is input your name and email address in the link below, and today's PDF will be sent directly to your inbox. And if you found this video helpful, please do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe, it really helps this channel. And to make this even more fun, comment below. What's one French sentence that you're going to start using today? Until I see you in the next video, bonne journée!